Alright, in the bottom right we do have Rebellion, and in the top left it is Patches. So Patches, a GM player in North America, and definitely very cheesy, at least against lower ranked players. Let's see what he's gonna bring against Rebellion, who is a lower tier semi-pro kind of in Korea. And I'm pretty sure if they hit on ladder, well, I guess Rebellion probably wins that, but like comparatively in Korea, he's probably not that up that much more. Yeah, let's wait and see how this is gonna pan out here. So I'm really excited to see this actually. Okay, so again going for the double depot here before any gas. And this might be Patches going just the same build here. He's just gonna make 4 barracks and gonna go ahead and try to overwhelm with Marine SCV pool. This is not a bad build. It's a really one-trick pony, and you can only make it once in a series. But if your opponent has a proper build against it, I'm kind of afraid if he has an adapt or Stalkers picking away at the army, it's gonna be very rough to get across the map really unscathed. Especially if it's Stalkers. If it's in the depth, I guess you can catch it. If it doesn't have its shade on cooldown. But let's wait and see. Okay, so Rebellion putting him down his natural here. He's not gonna have a second gate, so he's gonna be very light on units. Patches is showing 1 Marine, and that's all Rebellion has been seen. Definitely needs to be wary here. Gonna see a couple more Marines being produced and sent out here. So we have 1 Marine standing in the front, 1 Marine standing at the second ramp to try and deny any scouting information here. And of course he does not want this to be seen that like, oh, there's no natural. And we're gonna get an adept first here. But this is hitting very fast. I think he goes with like 8 Marines or something. He's already sitting at 4, 5, 6 Marines. And he should be going ahead across the map any second now. And it's gonna probably pair up with a first adept here. We do have a Stalker behind this, but you need a shield battery, which is gonna be warping in. That's gonna be nice. But you also need... Oh, if he gets this Marine, that would be great actually. If he can already reduce the Marine count. But this Marine might just get him out of scouting sight, which could also be an issue. And I think that's... Oh, he's gonna shade. He's gonna shade and probably see all of these Marines. So now he knows exactly... Oh, wow, you do actually... Oh, he's gonna use the sight blocker maybe to get a hit? No, not gonna do that. He's gonna throw down a second shield battery. I want to see a second gate. There we go. This is gonna be very late though. He needs another pylon at this position as well. Maybe one more on the low ground. This is a very tricky situation to handle here. And he definitely needs to pull some workers here. He's gonna snap the first few SCVs here. Some good micro on those Stalkers. Gonna try to reduce the Marine count now. Overcharge has been popped, and I think Rebellion is gonna have enough units to hold this here. And there we go. Patch is just gonna go ahead and GG. He's not gonna chew away through the shield battery. There we go. Game number 1 is done. So good defense here by it says Gilzing, but it is of course Rebellion, Protoss player. Alright, so let's see map number 2 and what Patches is gonna bring there. I hope it's not gonna be the same one then. It does not seem that this is gonna be faring well against a proper opening from Protoss. Alright. So let's go ahead into game number 2 here. The Rebellion against Patches on LQ1. Okay, so let's go on a limb. There's a gold base and Patches favoring some cheese. Maybe he's gonna make use of that one. In the top right we do have Rebellion, already sending out a probe very early here. And at bottom left it is gonna be Patches. So Rebellion being cheese there in game number 1 is gonna decide, alright, I have like 12 probes at the start, I can sacrifice one. Send across the map. And get that intel. And he's also gonna go ahead and harass those SCVs building the structures, of course. And this is gonna basically make it so that he, Patches, cannot do the same all in he did last game. Even the Rebellion held it very good. There's still the issue that if you do miss micro once, you might just die. If you underact, you're gonna die. So yeah. I'm not gonna go ahead and take any chances here against Patches. I think it's a good choice. And oh, he's actually gonna go for a no. He's just scouting. If there's gonna be a engineering block happening, I was thinking about grabbing a gas here from Patches, but it's not gonna go ahead and do that. Cybernetics core on the way here. Second barracks again. Okay, so this time with gas. I'm gonna see maybe Reapers. And oh, let's see the probe. There's no SCV in position to block. Okay, probe is gonna go ahead and not gonna go deep into the main, so he's not gonna scout the second barracks here. But of course he sees. Wait, where's your command center, my man? Where is your command center? It's a little bit late. He's gonna keep his worker around here. This is gonna be seen, but Patches does not go ahead and clear that one. In fact, Rebellion is gonna jump into the base again. There's gonna be another Reaper being produced here. So 3 Reapers at least. Oh, is he gonna see the second barracks? There we go. So he knows. Alright, I'm gonna throw down a second gate most likely. Let's have a look here at the base from Rebellion. I want to throw him down a second gateway. He's not gonna go for it. Gonna get the shield battery first here. There's of course a double proxy barracks, sorry, factory happening with a reactor. Okay, so I'm not sure if you need a reactor if you put a second factory there, if you can actually like finance that, you know, have enough money to produce out of those. Yeah, the only thing, oh, I guess you can do widow mines, I guess. Widow mines would probably be enough, like low enough on money to just walk them in. I was thinking Cyclone first, or Hellion. Like Hellion with access minerals, Cyclones as a general fighting unit. It's gonna be Cyclones, but it feels like, yeah, there you go, man. You're freaking super supply blocked. You're super supply blocked. He's actually making a tech lab, so we're gonna go Cyclone speed maybe, but yeah, only being able to produce one Cyclone off that reactor is really a hindrance. He should have kind of sacrificed, I don't know, a few SCVs or something for that actually, or dropped a supply depot here. Oh, Rebellion is gonna target his Roxy. You really want to try to work on those Reapers. We do have 2 gates, Blink about to start here. Only Stalker's been warped in. This can get out of hand. Oh, it's actually going to be Siege Tank, Marine, and Cyclones. Patches again not shying away from a ton of cheese here. This is of course completely unscouted. He only knows about the 2 racks and he thinks like, oh wait, this is all? You might affect me out, you know? It's gonna see those Reapers and this is gonna be nice interception. No, good reaction here by Patches, gonna pull those away. I think if you're not at home against these... Oh wait, he has a recall. Let's check the energy. So he has enough for a recall. Not for an overcharge with this though. If he recalls, which he has to... He's not gonna have the overcharge. He's about to have both though. It's like 10 seconds away. Let's have a look. It's not gonna get recalled yet, so he's gonna defend with whatever he has. This is an unpowered super overcharge. Now he has enough for a recall. Is he gonna go ahead and do so? He's gonna clear out. He's gonna go for the base trade here. And he's gonna try to assassinate the tank, but it feels like you're not gonna win the base race, are you though? There we go, recall is gonna happen now. Stalkers have been tucked into a corner there. Blink is not done yet. The second shield battery is gonna get cancelled. We do need a pylon here. There we go, to repower this one. Oh, walking out into tank fire is gonna cost you a couple stalkers here. This is very expensive, especially just before blink here. Unfortunate timing there for Rebellion. He's lacking production right now. This gate not being online is really a pain to his production cycles right now, and his money is really spiking up even though he lost 20 workers. First Immortal is gonna be on the way. We need to see a warp in heaven as there we go. Fine, my god, ASAP is what I want to say, but yeah, he's gonna lose the gate as well. He already threw down a couple extra gates in his main base, and he's gonna try and work with these blink stalkers, but the robo is gonna get targeted down, and things are kind of looking to fall apart here. He really needed that stalker group to be at home there to be able to defend. He didn't do enough damage on the other side to just put a full timer on this push, so the push is just gonna continue, and it's gonna make more and more units. It's gonna keep on growing. Gonna be tank, cyclone, marine here. Patches is gonna get that natural. Now we're gonna go ahead and be on 4 gate here. They need to go mining though. You kind of want to, if you have so many extra workers, you want to send them at a mineral patch actually. Rebellion is trying to micro and reduce the marine count. There's no shield battery in the main base, so even if he blinks back, he's not going to get healed up for now. We do not have the overcharge ready yet. And starting to lose some workers here. He needs to pull all of his workers, I'm afraid. Gonna lose the shield battery again. There we go. Worker pull is gonna happen. Only a few though to tank some shots to try to take out the tanks, but again, reinforcements not gonna happen. All the stalkers are gonna fall, and I think that's gonna be it. Patch is gonna take game number 2 here. One desperate warp in trying to get the last defense possible here, but everything is just dying. All of the probes. There we go, and it's only what 3 stalkers against the world. They're actually gonna go across and try to go counterattacks. Oh, he has 4 stalkers across the map. I'm sorry, I missed this. So he did kill most of the workers from his opponent. There's only one that's gonna be the one that proxied, but he's gonna lose all of his buildings. There's nothing. He has nothing, literally. Man, he cannot make anything. He has nothing that is powered. He has no building that can make anything, and there's still an orbital. I'm pretty sure this goes to patches. You cannot win. You can also not win that fight. You're not gonna win against that army. Patches is gonna see now every building, so he knows. Okay, and he just saw the army, so he might just alright. He might just camp on top of this ramp actually and rebuild his economy. Oh, he should not sacrifice these 3 marines against the stalkers though. You should sit them in the bushes there. I think this is a little bit of a mistake here, but when it pulls away the stalkers, you can actually try to hit this with the tank. There's 1 tank remaining here, and yeah, the stalkers are not gonna work wonders against this army, I'm afraid. The rebellion's idea is try to clear out everything. Oh, there's actually 2 tanks even. But I don't think you're gonna make this work. And yeah, you can just sacrifice on the pylon. It's the last structure remaining. Refusing to leave the game here. Oh my god, eats a tank shot here. He's gonna go for the forward blink. GG is called. Wow. Super cheese here. Great stuff here so far. Cheesy series, really delivering all the cheese. Let's hop into map number 3. I'm really liking this so far. Really picked the correct one, I wanted to say here. So we are looking at a 1-1 situation between, in the bottom right, Rebellion, and in the top left, Patches. And so far, Patches has been the aggressor all time long. He's been throwing nothing but cheese and curveballs at his opponent. And Rebellion, he might just think about going for a 2-gate opening here, as odd as it sounds. But if, you know, if he gets caught again, like in the last game, he's gonna have a bad time. Sending out a probe, going for the early scout. Patches is gonna play a Macarex, it seems. Yes, so this is a position which allows you to lift very easily into your own main base. And on Oceanborn, by the way, this kind of knock is really famous for like offensive proxy floats into the main base. You see this done a lot by Gumiho, for example, who would be one of the top tier pro gamers to do this strategy. So definitely something you can encounter here on this map. And you need to be wary. We're gonna see if he's actually gonna check that knock, if something's gonna happen. If you can like block the barracks from landing, that's the perfect response. Of course, this is not gonna be the case in this game, but Rebellion does little, like he doesn't know. He sees, oh, this is just a block on the gas, so he's investing the money to get that gas up and not sacrifice an SCV. I wonder what's better. I guess it depends on how long you have to keep it there. If you keep it longer, you can just start building it eventually. If you cancel it, the longer you keep it, it's also better. But, I mean, the longer you have to keep it, right? If you have to sit in SCV here, and if it gets stolen after... Oh, I guess it's not gonna get stolen now. So, there's gonna be a CC. This is the most standard opening so far we've seen it, and there we go, Rebellion going for the 2-gate. I said I wouldn't hate it. And I still don't hate it, but he's definitely gonna be behind in this build. And yeah, sending out maybe 2 probes. So Patches trying to be super tricky and sneaky with his strategy choice here, showing some super all-ins here in the first game, and I really like how he's playing this, how he's trying to do this. Of course, this cancelled gas was scouted, so this should be a big tell. And I think this is where you can go ahead as Rebellion and say, alright, you're not gonna go ahead and all in me super early, so I guess I can just cancel a Stalker and throw down a Nexus. He's gonna be behind so crazy in economy here in just a moment. He needs to scout this. You need to get a follow-up scout. He made 2 Stalkers, so there's not gonna be an depth to shade across the map. He did not send out another probe. And so far, this is looking really good for our Terran player here. Let's see, a second barracks. So it's gonna be a lot of, oh, a second, a third barracks and a 4th barracks. Again, this is gonna be an all-in, but it's gonna be on 2 bases. We're gonna see if he is... Okay, so one thing I want to really know, does Patches know that there are upgrades for his Marines? Is he gonna get to Tech Lab? There, it is happening. Okay, so this might be a stim combat shield timing. And we're gonna see. This can also be, you can also make, of course, make a lot of Marauders with this. But yeah, he's gonna research stim. This is all I wanted to know. Is there gonna be stim in this series? And the answer is gonna be most likely yes. We're gonna see though if Rebellion can do something about it. He's gonna have a prism to try and micro his Stalkers. Oh, that Immortal is going forward very offensively here. And on the other side, it's gonna be a lot of bio. A 4x bio. He needs to start his +1 here. He has the money. He should definitely go ahead and click that fast as possible. Gonna throw down a scan. It's gonna find out, hey, you have 2 gates. You have like a robo working. Well, I think that's good for me, right? He did also see the prism if he actually looked at it. But I'm pretty sure he did not actually see that. There's gonna be a couple of force fields here to clear off that bunker. He's gonna find that bunker and This is though where it's gonna get dicey because he does not have the firepower to play against so many Marines here right now. We still do not see that +1. Definitely a big mistake here from Patches. If he would have gotten that, I would have definitely given him the big edge here. He's gonna go ahead and focus down that Immortal. Definitely a mistake. Another mistake here from Rebellion, going into a blind situation there. Does not have the vision. And yeah, he should have picked up that Immortal with the Prism. Definitely a mistake here. Aside, Patches really identifying the situation very well. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. But now we do have the Prism in the main base, so this should be a little bit of economic damage here. But I mean, the thing Rebellion had going for him was he had the army and the tech lead, and with like losing the Immortal, the sentries, that's gonna diminish. So he's in a catch-up game in both situations. Looking at the exact numbers though, we do see that the worker count is actually in a lead here for Rebellion, and he does spot this move out. He does see these SCVs. He's gonna have a Colossus, but this is gonna be a little bit late. He definitely needs a second Chrono. Is only halfway done. Stuff is gonna set up here in a second. He needs everything at home. He's gonna have what, 2 gates, I think? The third gate, no. So it's 2 gates and the Robo, and he's gonna have 3 shield batteries. Maybe a backup pylon. Oh, he's already there, already ahead of the curve. And there is no energy. He's chrono boosting so hard, he does not have a overcharge currently. It's gonna be there in a second. There we go. Overcharge is achieved. And the Colossus is here. And Colossus is gonna make this defense really happen, I think. Overcharge is gonna get popped. He needs to focus his Colossus. Oh, there we go. The Prism, of course, is here. It's gonna save the day here. And I think this is gonna be a hold. So Patches needs to do something else. He's gonna actually throw down a 3rd CC. He's gonna throw down a factory. He's gonna pull back his... Was there still workers? Oh, come on, pull it back. It's the last one. It's like the number 8 who got pulled to the push. And he's gonna stay here to watch the corals. I don't know. Come on, Patches, you can do this. So unfortunately, he's not gonna pull back that SCV, which would be very helpful in this situation. He definitely needs to grind back in the worker department here. Do we have concussive? No, this is something he should fix. It's a very cheap upgrade, and him not having +1 for the push definitely was a big mistake here, unfortunately for him. And I mean, it's not going to cost him the game, but it would have made it so he would have been able to trade a little bit better there. Maybe chew through that Zealot and actually get some targets of value. Oh, this is interesting. He's going to throw down a bunker. He's just going to go ahead with his forces again. And he's just gonna try to set up that position with the bunker. Meanwhile, at home, he's thrown up the factory and a starport here. SCVs are gonna get pulled against this Warp Prism. He takes this very seriously. He's gonna lose a lot of workers though. He only has a Marine right now. Meanwhile, he's attacking the frontier. He should get a cancel on the 3rd base. But, I mean, that's gonna be it. And he's gonna bleed out a lot of units again. He still has his bunker, but he did lose so many units at home. Sorry, workers at home. 10 SCVs fallen here. Trying to fight against his army, but again, a stim is gonna hurt him so much. There is no medevacs to heal up his units. Oh. Also, this was just before concussive shells finished. Unfortunate timing here for Patches. So, as much as I liked his early game strategy choices, it feels like going into the mid game, things are really starting to go wrong for our Terran player here. He's trying his heart out here to come back into the series, but it feels like... Oh, getting the Prism, that's a good snipe there. It feels like though everything else is not really going his way. That definitely, like the Zealots and the Prism snipe, that was definitely a gift here, a gift wrap. Presented by Rebellion to Patches. So good on him, but in the end we're gonna see that our Protoss player is gonna sit at 3 Colossus with thermal lands. We're gonna go ahead and get Blink as well. He should get a Forge here any moment. Oh, sorry, he's already has the Forge. Oh, man, what am I talking about? Getting +1 here. And I kind of want him to wait until he has +1 and Blink, and then go ahead and try to poke. First medevac on the way. We need extra gas. Hatch is very low on gas. He needs to fix his gases at the natural. He needs to get those medevacs out. As you can see, this army is so overstimmed, it's so low, it's like one swipe Colossus Marauders. Like, Marauders getting one swiped from Colossi, that's not something you can work with. Yeah, it was basically just half the army donated here, because he did not have the power, gas power to produce this medivacs, and this needs to be fixed. It's not addressed. He is looking, he was sitting at like 800 minerals and 100 gas. He's gonna throw down bunkers now. That's where this mineral bank vanished into. But even before those are done, all the marines are gonna perish here. These colossus are so strong, especially against overstimmed units, man. It's not even close. It's crazy. The first medivac not gonna get here. Right, there we go. GG. Just try to move out with a drop here, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be the time, unfortunately. The rebellion is gonna take the series and the game.